I'll make the rules.
Yeah.
Just like he hates
Hey,
it.
everybody. Let's see. I'm not sure if this is going live yet. Well, if we're videotaping, we're going to have to do this in a weird way. This is my buddy Jay. We are
Just Jay, not Jason.
Yeah. We are going to sit around and talk about music for a while. And let's see here. All right. So we're doing this in a weird way where I'm using my camera and then we're watching it on another camera to see that everything is in whatever. But so we, I don't know why this is frozen in time. This is kind of weird. There we go. Now, what the hell? Anyway, so,
Just remember, we have no makeup on.
We don't.
No.
We have no makeup on.
No.
Anyway, we decided we were going to do a video today. At first it was going to be, I wanted to do songs or albums about bands that didn't have triggers on their drums. But, nope, we decided not to do that. And then we're going to talk about, bands that...
Get you off?
No. You said bands that are old that are still making good albums.
Yeah.
But we'll have to do that video for next time.
That's all right.
But
there'll be more new stuff out.
We went to Cheapo Records today. He bought a bunch of stuff. I'm going to start with my stuff because I have 3 non-metal CDs that people probably don't care about.
Get them out of the way.
First of all, we're going to start with the album that I didn't think... well, actually, we'll take turns. Let's start with the album that we both picked up, which was Mastodon's... What is this album called?
I got mine first.
Hushed and Grim.
Yeah.
And so Hushed and Grim is a 2-disc set. And he didn't know it was a 2-disc set, did you?
No.
He's like, oh, there's only so many super fast brand fills that I can do.
Yeah, how many drum rolls in a fill can you listen to?
In a fill? How many drum rolls in a fill?
Yeah, his fills.
Yeah, they are a lot of...
He does like 50% on his yeah. I mean, he's cool, but sometimes it gets to be too much.
Yeah, it's a lot of drum fills.
Especially when you're listening to like 7 albums worth.
Right.
But
look at that, we got it.
No offense.
Pretty much right.
No offense, on. Mr. Mastodon drummer.
Right. So we haven't listened to any of these. I can talk about a couple things that he purchased, but for the most part, we have. Have you heard most of that stuff that you bought? I have my dog down here too. She loves to be on.
Did you tell the people that I'm kind of the metalhead of the two of us anyway?
I didn't, but you just did.
I mean, your collection outweighs mine by
he likes metal mainly, just metal.
Yeah.
Right. Or classic rock or whatever sometimes.
Yeah.
But
and then this guy kind of got me into some other stuff. I'm thinking about buying my first Genesis CD.
First Genesis. Ooh.
Yeah, maybe Peter Gabriel.
You just bought King Crimson recently too, didn't you?
I did.
But who else did you get into?
I have a bigger collection of Yes albums than I ever thought I'd have.
Right. Which is just a departure.
Pretty good from a guy who owns all the Cannibal Corpse CDs.
Right.
Yeah.
I own one Cannibal Corpse CD. I think it's Butchered at Birth.
That's not enough, but
Beaten Back to Life.
Beaten Back to Life.
What's the one where
Eaten Back to
Life? Yeah. So
it's got one of those really bad.
I have a T-shirt of that. I love Vince Locke artwork because he did a comic called Dead World, and that thing was awesome. So people go out and look for Dead World.
Find one for your kid. You can wear it to school. My kid wears Halloween.
He just bought his kid. How old are you? 12? Right. He bought Iron Maiden Killers, and I'm like, dude, try to wear it to work or to school. Bring another shirt just in case they send you to the principal's office.
There's a bloody axe sitting there.
There's a bloody axe on there, but I'm wondering, people wouldn't have thought twice when we grew up about about somebody wearing that shirt, but you never know.
No, now they're more worried about if you got a gun in your locker.
Right. But
so, I don't know.
Can you wear an Iron Maiden Killers shirt to school? You're going to test it and let us know. I'm going to let all 7 viewers know.
And then I'll be the one that has to pick them up from school.
Yeah, you will. All right, so we bought Mastodon. I've only heard 2 songs on this. Have you heard 2 or 3?
I don't remember
Right?
what it was called, but I heard one, and I pretty much told myself I didn't like it. But then I went on a Mastodon kick the whole week, and I said, why would I stop at 6 albums when I can own 7?
Right. You know.
I mean,
do you own everything from Remission?
Yes.
All the way?
The only thing I don't own is that goofy
the EP?
they came out
Yeah. I didn't like any of the
with.
songs
I'm
on
not
there.
an EP person too much.
Well, but if they're a good EP, then I mean, you have to. Hey, Ripley, can you go upstairs? Go. Hey, quit licking me. Anyway,
That's
so
okay.
we got Mastodon, and I bought the new Tori Amos, which, as a joke, I used to work with this guy who called her Tore My Anus.
God.
I thought it was funny. But anyway, so I have no idea about this album. I just realized this album came out today. I didn't even know about it. I didn't know about Mastodon coming out until like
I told you.
5 days ago when you told
I
me.
usually do because I'm on Blabbermouth every day.
Right.
Which, if you don't know, is like the CNN of extreme music.
Right. So, new Tori Amos. And then my friend Cammie. I'm going to just do these few, and then we'll get all to metal. She told me about this band called Drab Majesty. They are kind of new wave band. The guy is very kind of androgynous, so I don't know.
It looks like Johnny Five.
Holding up. Yeah, he thought it was Johnny Five from Marilyn Manson.
Whatever he's playing in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, those 2. And now, let's get to this one.
Quick. I wasn't quite ready, but
okay. So, these are all the things Jay has purchased. Well, we'll go back and forth.
A lot of them are from what Dave recommends that I might have owned back in the cassette days.
Hellstar Nosferatu. So, you haven't owned this album for how long?
Oh, probably. Let's see.
Maybe move forward, otherwise it's going to squeak on there.
Okay. Trying to get comfortable here in the basement.
So,
I believe that album was
89.
89.
Yep.
Year I graduated.
Crazy thing is, this is classic recordings, and it has this weird logo, but it is Metal Blade. I think these are all...
That's the Star of Satan.
Yeah, I think these are all German pressings. Can you open that for me?
I can.
You gotta open.
How about you?
Here, get it.
No, I got it.
Okay, open
He's
it.
got
Quick,
longer fingernails than I.
Okay, we need that open. We need that open. Come on, let's get it. Let's get it going.
Go get him.
Oh man.
Let the dog bite it open.
Oh man.
This is going to be funny for people to watch because
they're gonna be like, oh,
who is that
people
weirdo?
just like freaks trying to open up a fucking CD.
Oh,
that's
did
right.
You say that?
I said that.
All right.
Nobody cares. All right. So, cool. So
it's the Nosferatu himself on the CD.
It's got Nosferatu on the CD. And I just wanted to see if this has different artwork than what I have. Oh, it does. A little bit. So the original version doesn't have this big, huge picture of the band looking absolutely redonkulous.
How else could you look back in the late 80s?
Why is he crouched forward? Why is he...
That's the singer. He's always in the middle.
He's all crouched forward and stuff. But if you guys have not heard Hellstar Nosferatu, the first whole side, if you had a cassette, the first whole side is the story of Dracula, right? And every song on this album, even the instrumental, is just absolutely fantastic. It's all like, Yeah, like dun, 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 dun,
See, what I do is I would tell the people, who would you compare it to that they might know that's a little more popular?
Halloween and kind of Iron Maiden stuff, but with like a singer. Well, they have high singer on this too, but he's a very acquired taste. He filled in for Flotsam and Jetsam at one point.
Eric
He did it
AK.
too.
Yep.
He also watch out for her because she is kind of a bitchy dog sometimes. So don't put your face next to her.
Well, that is what you call a female dog.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
But sometimes if younger kids are bugging her, she snaps at them, and I'm just like, no,
we're not going to do that.
right.
All right.
So, but they're usually way younger than you, though. You can pet her, but just don't grab her. There's only things that I can do to my dog that she doesn't care about.
You don't want to go from the behind.
Right. No. Like little kids will hang on her, and then she doesn't like that. I could hang on her for an hour, and she would do nothing to me. Yeah. But little kids love to hang on her, and then she'll turn around and go like that. Yeah, she's kind of crazy.
What do you think of Hellstar?
She loves. She's all like, "Yes, sir. Let's listen to Hellstar." I pretend that she calls me sir all the time. Like, "Yes, sir. Let's do it, sir."
I don't know about you, but I always pretend that my dog can talk, and then I talk like Scooby.
Yeah.
Ray, Raggy, raise some Hellstar, Raggy.
Nice. So anyway. Hellstar Nosferatu, their best album. I hope one day they do an album equally as awesome as that one. So let's move on.
Do we have to open up the other ones because these are all so new.
So new. While we're on Hellstar, I'll talk about. So I got this, which is Clad in Black, and Vampiro. There's 2 discs in here, and one is an EP with them doing Restless and Wild, which is an Accept cover, and After All, The Dead, Black Sabbath, and then Sinner by who?
Halford!
Yeah, Judas Priest. So that's got an EP on it, but you also get a full album, and then the full album is also a vampire story. Again, so you see like a kind of, what do you call it? Like a pattern going on there.
Yeah.
Yep. So I got this the other day, and then I also got this, which is Hellstar Glory of Chaos. I think I'm going to order the other 4 that I can find right now. They have, like...
I know, isn't that crazy? You find out that
or 10?
These old bands have, like, 17 albums, and you're like, how do I start collecting?
Right. They did one album after Nosferatu that was produced by Dave Ellefson, and it sounds horrible. It's not the playing, it's just the production is absolutely horrible. So I went on a kick, and I was going to get everything James Rivera from Hellstar was on. I decided to only get 1 Seven Witches. Look at this. Worst artwork ever. Oh, it's opening up. There's no booklet, whatever. This
is like to tell you like who's performing.
This doesn't even tell me who is in the band.
Maybe it's under the CD.
Nope, nothing. No. So if you ever get these, I think they're called Frostbite Records. These are horrible production of whatever. The music is great. This has Alan from Watchtower and Hades or Hades or whatever.
Yeah,
and the vocals are awesome. I decided not to get any of the James Rivera stuff because I'm going to just focus on Hellstar and Destiny's End.
Well, after I listen to mine, I might be right behind you. Because I could have got more today, but...
I wish I could listen to this for the first time in my life.
I had to buy my son those $20 shirts.
$20 shirts, and how much is your poster, dude?
At least $8.
Yeah, $8.99 probably.
But the kid don't like Legos anymore, so now I can buy that kind of stuff.
Screw Legos.
Screw Legos. Oh, we got. Hey, we got some guys in the audience saying screw Legos. Okay.
Put these 2 bad mothers in together.
Okay, let's talk about the greatest Misfits album of them all, Earth AD.
My
You
first
get
Misfits own.
21 minutes of pure pleasure. You have Green Hell, which everybody knows, but Green Hell isn't even the best song on here because you have Earth AD, Queen Wasp, Death Comes Ripping, Die Die My Darling.
I know that
so
one.
Great. This is 21 minutes of pure awesomeness. And I was telling him when I first borrowed this cassette from a friend, I had a Walkman. And I listened to the whole album twice before I even got home on my bus ride.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is this? Some Static Age, right?
I thought both covers were awesome. Plus, my son has a Misfits shirt, the classic,
Classic
skull,
the skull
that you always see on Cliff Burton's arm.
Yeah.
So
Have you ever heard Legacy of Brutality?
I've never heard anything but one or two songs that probably was covered.
Wait a second. So,
and yeah,
they are inappropriately placed in my collection.
I was always into Danzig in his personal band.
Have you ever heard of Walk Among Us? Have you heard that album?
No, but I heard that was one of them you want to own.
After Earth AD, this is basically the go-to one to get.
My next trip.
But
Cheapo's kind of become more of a monthly trip.
They have this too, which is
the skull,
which is like a greatest hits, and then there was a second one too. I have Misfits in my metal collection because I don't really have a punk section.
Yeah.
Although I have all up there in the Descendants. So
how about like the descendant of Misfits, which would be Sam Hayne?
I would have Sam Hayne in the metal section with Misfits, but those albums are, unless I'm going to get a Russian bootleg, which there are out there.
Yeah.
I have one Sam Hayne CD. It's The Final Descent. And I got it for $6 or something like that on accident, I think, because they didn't know what the hell it was.
It wasn't in that
but
big.
Initium and November Coming Fire are really expensive because they can't reprint them legally, and that's why you had to get like replications from Russia.
Yeah.
Because Jerry Only and Glenn Danzig had a lawsuit where so he can't.
And Danzig's kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So
if you ever see him, punch him in the face.
Don't punch him in the face. Hey, we're all about peace.
He's only about 5'5", but
we're about peace, happiness, love, and kind of stuff.
Yeah.
All right, let's
when
move
I buy
on.
my Carpenters album, I'll tell you what's PC.
All right, what's the next CD that you purchased?
Well, Dave's been getting me into this band lately.
The Plague Within by Paradise Lost. What's your favorite Paradise Lost album so far?
Medusa.
Hey, can you bring her upstairs? Because she is just panting like crazy. And Ripley, go upstairs. Go upstairs. Tell her to come up, follow you.
I like Paradise Lost.
Why did you just turn into Kermit? I like Paradise Lost.
I don't know. But I have to ask him which ones I would like, because he knows I'm a metalhead, and they had a time in their discography where they were kind of...
Right.
I don't know.
They went all like electronic and kind of...
Yeah, I'm not quite into that. So
that one with all the bees on the cover, that was one of them, wasn't it?
I don't know, but there's...
You haven't listened to that yet? Your last cheapo trip? The one with all the bees on the cover?
Eventually I will.
Okay.
I don't quite get into the music as quick as you do.
Right.
Because I have a kid to take care of.
Yeah, but he can sit down and watch or listen to music, right?
I got to take him out and hit some balls once in a while.
You guys could have a boombox playing in the background, listen to some Paradise Lost, hitting some balls, playing some
Hit
catch,
my balls?
right?
Not really, no. Anyway, I'll give this one a try.
This is a heavier one.
Should be good.
This is a very heavier one. So one of their later ones that they went back to using a lot of death metal vocals and stuff.
What's the date on this one?
I think
2015.
Yeah. They've had a few since then. Or have they? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I can't remember. Paradise Lost is right here for me to look at.
How convenient.
I know. That's very, very convenient.
You need to put your CDs in order of pre and post virus.
Right.
Because now there's just so much coming out.
Well,
bands have been locked away for so long.
that was
Yeah.
2017.
That's
you
a
had
good one.
Medusa, so that's kind of in the same vein.
Yeah, that one.
And then
got
they
me
have
back.
one after their newest one that they came out last year. Did I tell you that I had it? It didn't get scanned into my Discogs, so I bought it again on accident.
Yeah.
I was just like,
I've done that too.
So I just brought it back to Cheapo, and I was like, hey, I already had this, and just exchanged it for something else.
I'm old fashioned, and
I didn't open it yet because I didn't know if I had it, and Ben was like, just don't open it until you get home and check. And so I was like, okay, I already have it.
Last time I went to Cheapo, I bought another MOD, Method of Destruction CD.
You already had it?
And I already had it. And I only paid like $5 for it, so
what'd you do with it? Did you bring it back?
No. I threw the CD away and I took out the, paperwork.
Why don't you just return it on all used stuff?
Because Cheapo's about 30 miles away from me.
But you have 30 days to return it.
I know.
And get store credit.
I know.
You could have actually went to the St. Paul store and got store credit or exchanged it there too. Now you know. Okay, what's your next one?
Knowing's half the battle there, G.I. Joe.
Yeah, knowing is half the battle. What's the next one?
This is one.
Put it up there.
I don't know if many people know about that. I didn't even know about it.
Autopsy. This is not the original cover, too.
No.
The original cover is horrible.
Yes, it's about as bad as you can get. Like
it's about as bad as a Fates Warning Night on Brocken cover.
That, and when people used to draw in their notebooks in school when they were bored to death.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah, I still don't have that, but it's
about as bad as that.
Yeah.
That album cover is horrible.
My son can draw better than that on a Post-it note.
Like, what is going on with this girl laying down here? And these everything is out of proportion and just horrid.
Well, they obviously didn't go to art school.
Luckily, right?
See, we went to art school, and we can appreciate
the
good art now, like this with a guy who's going to get sawed up on the operating table.
That's actually a good album cover. I think it's awesome. Way better than the original. I got it because usually when I'm browsing and something pops up and says, here's the definitive death metal you need to own. This one always pops up, and I said, But you have to let me know
this time going to search for CDs, it was there, and I said, what the heck, so I won't get another. I picked it up and looked at it the other day. Yeah, you already see these things, and you're like... Right. I was there already twice this week. Yeah. Today's my third day. And you're the one that's like, hey, you got to go there and get that. I'm only 15 minutes away, though. So yeah. It's not a big deal. Yeah. So this has Chris Cafferty from... The singing drummer. Yeah, he was in, what, Death? On Scream Bloody Gore? Right? Possibly. I'm not too familiar with I think he's on Scream Bloody Gore. But it was just him and Chuck Schuldiner. Yeah, yeah. That's insane. Which is... You think if Chuck were still alive, they would have collaborated again? I think if Chuck were still alive, everything... Well, he would still be doing Death reluctantly. But I think he would have done at least 5 Controlled Denied CDs by now. Because he wanted a singer. He wanted... And Warrell Dane, I hear Warrell Dane was supposed to be the original Controlled Denied singer. Because they toured on the Symbolic tour. Did you know that? No. So Nevermore opened up for Death. I saw them at the Mirage. It's a weird combination, but... It was so great. I almost didn't get in. Thank you, Denise, again, for lending me the money. That was my nephew's girlfriend at the time. But, yeah, I was supposed to be on the guest list for that show. And... RED distribution, Red distribution. They were supposed to put me on the guest list, and I get there and I'm not on the guest list, and I have 0 cash on me. And that was before I had a checking account or anything. So if I didn't go someplace with money in '95, I didn't have anything to. Yeah. Hey, can you throw me that water bottle? Getting a little thirsty. Right. Yeah. Well, all right. Are we done with this? We are done. I got a few more. Oh, this is a band that I have no knowledge of, except for we can be quick about it. It's nothing too different. Do you have other stuff by them? Yes. They also come up on my list of something you should own by them if you're a
I
real
would totally get
diehard.
this. This is a cool ass
They
cover.
they write about war quite a bit, which is a good topic.
Well,
for
and
death metal.
you know their connection with Warhammer 40K, right?
No.
Games Workshop has the miniature battles, did Talisman and whatever, but yeah, they did.
Well,
The artwork was White Dwarf artists and stuff like that.
well, I'm sure you knew coming from
Right.
working at a comic book store.
They have a female bass player. Did
Yeah.
you know that? Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're pretty raw. Kind of like, they're almost like the
I don't think
death
they're
metal.
American. I don't think
No,
they're
they're
American.
British. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're like the kind of raw version of like death and that kind of almost grindcore, right?
Sort of.
Kind of in that napalm deathy kind of.
Yeah, if you can stand listening to Cannibal Corpse singing, you probably like this guy. I don't
Does
know.
he sing like guttural type stuff?
Sort of.
I've never.
It's hard to explain. Just death metal being
Right.
something that pops in your head and you're like, oh yeah, I think I know what this sounds like.
But is it like, or is it like, kind of thing? I mean, where it kind of sounds like somebody grunting their words, like a caveman.
Like you're trying to take a really, really hard, bathroom break there. I really can't say for sure. I just would say if you can find anything by these guys and you like death metal, maybe try to get it.
Give them a shot.
Yeah.
When we're looking at this next one, I want to see what the artwork in here looks like. So open this one if you can, and then.
Oh, me.
And then.
Oh, here's another one that you.
This
told
is.
me to
I
get.
told him to get this, and this is different. This is a Century Media Punishment 18 Records version. This. Cheapo seems to get a lot of like weird importy
Cheapo,
stuff.
I don't know where they're getting their stuff, but I mean, every time you go there, it's like, wow,
there's that
where did this come
you
from?
know that Icarus label that
I think so.
does kind of weird. They did Borknagar and stuff like that.
Unfortunately, you're not. Look at how cheap this is.
Oh, show the viewing public. I'm gonna
No nothing, no lyrics.
Nothing.
No names of the
That's what I
band.
wanted to know. Because I was like, there's no lyrics, anything.
Earache.
Show the people. Show the people.
Okay.
Look at this. Look at
Nothing.
this. Nothing. Hey, earache.
No credits.
No booklet. Nothing. God, that disappoints me when I'm buying CDs.
Well, hey, at least they're doing the environment something special by not putting out something on this hard stuff.
F that S. F that bull S.
This was cool for a while, and now I notice
Here's the
bands
thing.
are going back to this hard
Here's the thing.
plastic.
I want a jewel case because this will not get destroyed.
Yeah.
If you spill on that, you're like, oh, I'm screwed because I can't replace it. I just wanted to see if this was different. So it's a little different than the version I have. I'm just opening up your CDs.
That's before they turned into a little more of a proggy rock type
This, so you've heard Obscura, right?
Yep.
Right. So this is them taking Obscura and totally controlling that chaos. And there is a song, the title track song, has one of the greatest drum beats ever. He's doing crazy stuff.
Yeah.
That's the guitar. That's the drummer who committed suicide, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
But this was the last album that they did before their huge break, and then they did Colored Sands, and they got guys from Behold the Arctopus and the Origin drummer, John Longstrength, and he is horrible in a band like this because he is all about right, and they are about weird technical stuff and odd times.
Yeah.
And you know who plays guitar on this?
Can I look?
I'll even tell you, Daniel Mongrain.
From Gojira.
No, from Voivod, the new guitarist. He's also the guitarist from Martyr.
I got my.
But he was on this Gorguts album.
Okay.
I'm gonna make you listen to this after. He said, why don't you play music so we can let people who are watching this listen? And I'm like, I don't want to get shit blocked.
I know. That was a stupid question, but
No, it's a legitimate question.
I just kind of would love to hear.
There are
pieces
people,
of this.
there are people that do that, and I don't edit videos, and B, I don't want to get blocked or copyright strikes. So yeah.
See, because if you wanted to hear this, like
you
5
can look it
seconds
up.
of it, I know.
You can look it up.
See, I always think about the old days when you had to be like, oh, I like that one song.
Right.
Let me go get it. And
Or
then the
this
rest of
cover
it's
is awesome. Honestly, I'm looking at this. I'm like, this cover is awesome. I kind of want that. But now, if I were to get it,
and you go,
if I were to get it, I would have to get an old version that actually has a booklet and lyrics.
and I paid like $15 for that.
Yeah, that's bullshit packaging. I mean, it's cool, still cool, and this makes me feel like winter, and because that's when I got into Games Workshop stuff. But yeah. But one of the reasons why you never watch other people doing video review stuff, right? And they'll go like this. They'll be like, okay, so this is the new Gorguts, and yeah, they're a technical band from Canada and blah blah blah. And if you don't catch what they're holding up, what are you talking about? So that's why I put this up. I've had one guy tell me everybody should do that, and this is the way to do it, because then I know who you're talking about, whether I caught it at the beginning or not, or I see it in the middle. But yeah, and it's always bugged me because sometimes I'll flip through people's videos, and I'm sure people fast forward through my stuff to see what albums I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But if you have not heard this and you like death metal and like technical death metal or proggy death metal, this is the way to go.
Well, and unfortunately, you can't really.
And it has lyrics.
You can't really, get a huge audience when you're called Gorguts. I mean, really.
Horrible name.
What are you gonna do?
Horrible name.
Yes.
Amazing band. If I was gonna have, if somebody said, okay, you have to pick one death metal vocalist to do a recording with, who would it be? It would always be, from day one, Luke LeMay.
I actually like the guy who used to sing for Pestilence.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's still the same. That's the guitarist that's still in it. Has he changed?
A couple early albums they had a different.
Oh, they
vocals.
did have a different guy. Really?
Pestilence is more of a proggy death metal band.
Right. Oh, look at that. So I'm seeing when I go like this, it gets washed out. Luckily, it's kicked back, and we don't get a lot of light like that.
By the way, this is my first time in Dave's basement, and I thought I had a good CD collection, and this is insane what I'm sitting in right now.
You guys are seeing 2 of 7 shelves behind us, basically. You're actually seeing 1, 2, and there are 5 other ones, mostly full of stuff.
I just hope that if you leave this world before me, I get invited over here.
I'm gonna burn my house down with me.
I would like
and
to
all
come
my
over
music stuff in it.
and have a.
You want to pillage my
CDs? I want
CDs?
to pick out a little bit. I'll pay you.
I'm gonna be dead. I don't give 2 shits.
I'll take your widow out for dinner. Just a nice dinner.
Oh, Barb's gonna die before me. Barb's gonna kick it. Well, now she's in way better shape probably than me, but I tell her all the time, if you die before me, when it's my time to go, I'm just gonna fucking torch this place. Nobody gets my stuff.
Well,
all right.
Unfortunately, I got a 12-year-old that's probably gonna inherit.
That's why I don't have kids, so I don't have to give my stuff.
Are we doing it on time? Do we want to get through too much?
Good. Yeah, keep on going.
Oh, we got a couple more.
We only have. We'll do the used one last.
Okay.
Because we'll probably have to talk. Because
this was remastered, and I like some doom metal, and Trouble always sounded pretty cool.
Do you have like the skull and
those early ones?
First 2?
Those are also things that they always put on a list that say you need to own this.
Let me see what
anyone can say that, but I guess if you really are into music and you give it a chance, some people know what they're talking about. Yeah.
So what is this? Psalm 9, right?
Yeah.
And the skull. Those are the only 2 that I own.
Okay, you still got the used sticker on it.
I do. From 2008. I don't know why I didn't take it. These are the 2-disc versions. Did you get the 2-disc versions? Single. He was like, this comes with a video performance of them on a live, like, cable access thing. It's so great. And then this one also has them DVD. So,
well, unfortunately, the singer, or the past singer from this band, died from COVID and pneumonia. Eric Wagner.
Right. He didn't want to get vaccinated, though.
No, and we don't need to talk about that, but whatever happens.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a shame, but
that's not why I bought it.
Right.
Like Trouble.
The funny thing is, in the one of the newest Decibel albums, they did like a rest in peace, Eric Wagner, right? Mm-hmm. And then the guy writing it was like, well, he was dumb because he didn't get the vaccination.
Nah,
I'm like, why are you saying stuff like that? I bet you $10 that guy's out of a job now.
Oh, how did he even get onto paper?
Right. How did the editor go, yeah, you should run that as the obituary? It's just like, come on, at least have some decency
for the dead.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think it's silly not to protect yourself, and there's a lot of people out there who think it's going to be bad for us in the long run. I'm almost 50. I don't have a long run anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not like the Eagles.
Or Kiss.
Right. What does this say? Manic frustration.
It's not their best one, but it's kind of worth having in your discography.
Oh, this was produced by Rick Rubin. I may have to give this a listen.
Mr. Slayer.
Yeah, Mr. Cult Electric. He produced that shit, right? Okay. All right, so we got Trouble. What's the very last thing?
I got one more that I found used.
He also got Mastodon. What'd you pay for this?
$8.95.
$8.95,
which I can't even buy a meal at McDonald's for my kid
for that much. No.
And
I like how he throws you under the bus.
Yeah.
Screw McDonald's.
And I got this because I have
horrible.
the first one. This is Dave Lombardo. If you don't know who he is, then you shouldn't be watching this.
Probably not.
His project after Slayer. And this one sounded just as good. I just never owned it.
Yeah.
And
Grip Inc.
I know.
What
it's one of those
horrible name.
I know. It's almost as bad as Satan's Taint, which Bobby Gustafson had the nerve to do.
That's right. Was there anybody of note in here?
Waldemar Soriacha was the guitarist, and you would.
How Waldemar Soriacha? He just pulls that right up. Oh yeah, it's Waldemar, dude.
And Gus Chambers is the vocalist. He
Gus Chambers,
really bad, stupid-looking. What do you call that haircut?
Mohawk.
The Mohawk.
It's like
like how the dude
the bass player. Let's give the bass player Jason Viebrooks.
Viebrooks or something.
Viebrooks, yeah. You know what this?
Anyway,
here's the thing. You know what this?
Not bad.
You know what this reminds me of?
High
Sorry.
school?
No, it reminds me of working at Cheapo, but not bad. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say. I only got it because it was used. I'm not saying it's
Have you heard
bad.
this album?
Yes.
And
there's some stuff on there that I hear Dave Lombardo play that makes me, get one of those stiffies and
like really fast, cool stuff. Like, so was he on Grip Inc. the best band name they could come up with? On Grip Inc.
I don't know.
Did he play super fast stuff like he did in Slayer? Really?
Yes.
We're gonna have to give this a little.
He definitely had the reins taken off of him from the Slayer chains, and
so he's playing different stuff.
Yeah, but he's still kicking the double bass, and he's got those huge toms in front of him.
Right. Is he doing things that go?
Yeah.
Like the ride.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have to sit through those sometimes god awful Kerry King solos.
What? Kerry King solos are the greatest. You know why? Because he starts in Dorian and goes from there. That's what he said. And Dorian is like a blah, blah, blah. There's Dorian mode and Phrygian and blah, all this guitar just the stuff that I don't know about. But he in a interview, he said, I like to start in Dorian and then go from there. And I'm like, so you know what mode or key or whatever you're playing in at first, but then after that, you just do whatever?
And this is the guy that made a very cool at the time looking nail wristband, which now you look at it and you go, How the hell could you not hurt yourself night
Right.
after night playing with that?
I don't. You remember when they would wear those big spiky things? I'm just like,
Yes.
how are you playing guitar with that on without just like accidentally poking yourself in the gut?
And I'm guessing those were real nails.
Probably. How many times do you think they are like, oh shit, I gotta get a tetanus
Yeah.
shot?
Yeah, it's like when Blackie Lawless had to wear that saw blade codpiece.
Oh,
Remember that
Blackie
shit?
and the saw blade. You know, as soon as Blackie Lawless comes up, I always just think, welcome.
You know what I heard? And I gotta say this: if you care about Wasp at all, I see they are on a 40th anniversary tour, and there are no original members except for him, and he will not play any dates in the United States. They're all
Really?
Germany and all this other garbage.
That's probably where he's making the most money. And
yeah, it's like Spinal Tap when they
Right.
hit their bottom and they went over to Japan.
Right. Well, you know, Spinal Tap.
Plus, Blackie's, you know, kind of an angry person, and I don't think he wants to pay
But
anyone
okay,
to come
so
back in the band again.
well,
Even though they're all still alive.
they are. Which is absolutely ridiculous that those guys are still alive. I cannot believe
Chris Holmes, the guy who, you know, the
pouring
vodka pouring.
all over himself. Yeah. So I think of it this way: Wasp was always Blackie Lawless,
Yeah,
just like Whitesnake is David Coverdale,
just
right?
like Megadeth is Dave Mustaine.
And
Can't
Ian
know.
Anderson is Jethro Tull. That's
Yeah.
the basic. You don't need any of those original members.
Nah.
Who knows if they could even play? Honestly, if I went to see Wasp, this is what I would want to see. I would want to see, what was the original drummer's name?
Richards. Something Richards.
Tony Richards.
Tony Richards.
Tony Richards. I'd want to see Tony Richards.
Randy Piper.
Chris Holmes, and Blackie Lawless back on bass. That's what I would want to see.
You didn't like Johnny Rod?
Johnny Rod, but if I had if I could do a second choice, it would basically be those two on guitars with Blackie on guitar, Johnny Rod, and what was the drummer who?
Oh, the other drummer?
He was in L.A. Guns for a while, wasn't he? God, what was his
Steve
name?
Riley.
Steve Riley.
He is now fronting his own version of L.A. Guns.
Is he really?
Which you could probably make more money
That is a
flipping
horrible
hamburgers
idea.
at McDonald's.
That is a horrible idea.
I know. It's like there's two versions of all these old
Right.
80s hair metal bands coming out, and none of them, I don't think, can make money enough to fill up their gas tanks.
Do you know that Michael Sweet from Stryper has a project with Tracy Guns?
No.
That just seems very odd to me. Doesn't it seem weird? Like Mr. Jesus himself, and like, because I think of
Son of the
LA
Devil.
Guns, I think of just cock rock. Them like
a little more extreme than Motley Crue
Right.
was in their heyday.
yeah. I
Well,
think it's just weird.
the only thing I remember is that singer from Stryper actually tried to audition
For
for
who?
Van Halen after Roth,
Did he
left.
really?
and for some reason he didn't get it, but
Th-
he still
I don't
talks about
understand.
that.
I don't understand why. I've never heard that. I know that there was a guy that actually got offered the gig after Sammy Hagar left, I think.
Oh, Gary Sharon.
No, but before Gary Sharon, there was
Oh.
another guy who got offered it, and they were gonna do stuff with this guy, and he had a great voice, and he was a long hair, like David Coverdale looking dude.
Mhm.
And then they did that like award show where they brought David Lee Roth, and he was like, I want nothing to do with this if that's gonna happen. That
Yeah.
stuff. So yeah. Alrighty. Well, we should probably let you go,
That's
and
all
hopefully
I got
we
to
haven't
say.
bored the shit out of you.
I think that was
and,
kind of fun. It was cool to be like next to Dave because I watch his
everybody wants to be
podcast.
next to
Yeah. And I mean, geez, I got my 12-year-old here wants to sit on his lap and tell him what he wants for Christmas when we're done with the podcast.
Are you saying that I should be Santa Claus?
Well, I think there's not a whole lot of people wanting to go in the malls anymore.
I would rather
sit down there.
I would rather be absolutely broke than be Santa Claus for
Santa
even one
bald.
year. Santa is bald, though.
I think you could do the whole thing that they
Your
did
beard
on...
is so big you can't even fit in your own mask.
You know why? I know. You know why I wouldn't want to be Santa Claus? Because I'm creeped out by the possibility of kids having lice.
Ah.
Yeah, that creeps me out.
Or like you see in the movies, some kid excretes himself.
Right. Pisses on Santa's lap?
Yeah.
No, thank you.
But
no, thank
the
you.
one thing that would be awesome, you could do the Christmas story, ho, 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 with your boots.
I could and kick him down the slide. That would be perfect. I would be more of a bad Santa than anything.
Oh, like what's his face?
Billy Bob.
Billy Bob.
Yeah.
Have a little booze in you. You got to drink to do that.
Can I have Laura Lindley wear those leather pants all the time? She was fantastic in that movie.
You get to have that little short guy that...
Right.
Hey, thanks,
All
Steve.
right. All right. I don't know. We'll have to basically...
Maybe I'll come back again, but this was
that's
fun.
Jay.
Thank you.
That's Jay.
Hi.
I'm David.
Probably going
See
to grow
ya.
my beard out.